Welcome back to the Norse Code. I'm Mike Lund. We're going to talk Portland State Athletics today, and we'll have an interview with new Associate Athletic Director Tygue Howland. But let's get right into the news in Portland State Athletics. We'll start with track and field. Last weekend, the Vikings were at the Indoor Championships in Flagstaff. The Viking women placed fourth. They were led by senior Jasmine Ratcliffe, who won the 60-meter hurdles in a school record time of 8.33 seconds. She edged out teammate Akayla Anderson, who finished in second. Ratcliffe and Anderson led a strong contingent of Viking sprinters, who along with Jenna Settle and Jasmine Woods earned all Big Sky Conference honors for their performances at the meet. On the men's side, junior Sheldon Prince led the way by earning points in both the 200 and 400 meters. Nathan Fleck also scored in the 800 meters at the championships. The track team now takes a little bit of time off, but they'll turn their attention to the outdoor season, which gets underway later this month. The Viking softball team went 1-4 last weekend at the Long Beach State Invitational. They picked up a victory against Seattle University. Brittany Hendrickson was the top player for the Vikings. She hit .500 and drove in a team-high 4 runs during the tournament. The Vikings are on the road again this weekend as they travel across the country and will compete in South Florida. We remind you, Portland State softball's home opener is March 21st at Hillsborough Stadium against Southern Utah. In men's tennis, the Viking tennis team continued their winning ways. They picked up a road win in North Dakota last Saturday, 5-2. The Vikings picked up the doubles point and 4 of 6 singles points to win the match and get the victory. In women's tennis, the Vikings split a weekend road trip, winning at Idaho State on Saturday and losing a close match at Weber State on Sunday. Senior Megan Govey had a landmark win on Sunday. It was in the doubles. She now owns the career records for both double victories and singles victories at Portland State University. Both teams are on the road again this week in Colorado. In men's basketball, the Vikings lost to first-place Sacramento State last Saturday at the Stott Center. It was an exciting night in front of a sold-out crowd on senior night. Chebe Bamba led the Vikings with 13 points and 8 rebounds. Colin Spickerman set a school record, blocking 7 shots in the game. The Vikings are on the road this week, Thursday at Northern Arizona, Saturday at Southern Utah. They need just one win or a loss by either Southern Utah or Weber State this week, and they are guaranteed a berth in the tournament. Right now, the Vikings are in 6th place as the Big Sky tournament approaches. The women's basketball team lost last Saturday afternoon at Sacramento State. Junior Emily Eason did match her career high, though, by scoring 27 points against the Hornets. The final 2 home games of the season for the women are this Thursday and Saturday. On Thursday night, we will have discounted ticket prices. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Night, so wear pink when you come to the game. On Saturday, it's Fan Appreciation Night and also Senior Night. So come and support the women's basketball team both Thursday and Saturday, tip times at 7 p.m. And now in just a moment, we'll go to an interview with Associate Athletic Director Tygue Howland. Welcome back to the Norse Code. Today we're interviewing Associate Athletic Director for External Operations, Tygue Howland. You may know Tygue. He was a member of the Portland State football team. He graduated from Portland State in 2010, was an Assistant Director of Development for us. He moved on, worked briefly with Oregon State, but now he's back at Portland State. We're happy to have him here. We're going to talk with him a little bit about Viking athletics. And first off, Tygue, with new Athletic Director Mark Roundtree on board. You're back on board. Talk a little bit about the future of Viking athletics and kind of what you guys are trying to put together for the future and your role within the department.
Yeah, I think I met with Mark several times before I came back, and I think I really got a lot of it out about his energy and his excitement and his aggressiveness and his tenaciousness. So I think there's going to be a lot more energy in the department. I think the culture will change, that people come to work every day to grind and make Portland State better, which is something that that I'm excited about, and it fits me. I think it's be a much more blue-collar, grassroots, hard work, and so I think that's what you can expect to see in the short term. In the long term, I really, Mark's also really passionate about getting our kids, the student athletes, our coaches out in the community, our campus partners, our student body. So I think we'll see a lot more service-oriented department where we hopefully will see that reflect with our attendance and the passion we see in the community. So we'll see a lot more of that grassroots, like I said, effort. I think my role moving forward will really be to brand this and the perception and build the perception of the department in a positive manner. You know, there's been, as Mark has mentioned, there's been some disappointments in the past that have let the Viking tradition down, and I think our goal moving forward is to have that quest for excellence every day, and I think we'll still that all the way down to our student athletes, to the top, to Mark and all of our coaches. You're going to see a lot of that come, that just the culture and the mindset of the people to really grind it out and get better every day.
Okay, talk a little bit about, we're right on the cusp of the Viking Pavilion project getting underway. Talk a little bit about how that's going to impact our athletic program.
Yeah, that's an exciting project. There's a lot of exciting things happening right now. We've actually we'll be coming out with a large announcement soon, and it's something that's going to transform our university. And you know, we don't have everything done quite yet. We're going to continue to fundraise for that project, but that project will be done. We'll get started soon, and like I said, it'll transform the university. It'll give us an identity that we haven't had, a home that people can say, that's first class, that's Portland State, and that's what we're all about. And so it's going to be obviously a home for our athletic department, but it'll be a great student space for all of our students on campus. It'll bring events and people in the community that aren't coming for athletic events to Portland State, and it'll be a multi-use facility that'll transform Portland State, not just athletics, but Portland State, and something to brag about for the entire community. So we're excited about it. We hope that it'll be done in 2018 and be ready to go for the future for the future department. So.
Okay, now we're going to talk about something that Tygue has had a big hand in and will continue to do so this year, and that is Wine and Roses. That's coming up on May 29th. I know you're kind of in charge of that. You have been in the past. It's always a tremendous event, raising funds for athletic scholarships. Talk a little bit about Wine and Roses and also maybe some of the new things that you're trying to incorporate this year.
Yeah, I think Wine and Roses is always a lot of fun. There's always a lot of alums that come back, support our student athletes. A lot of our donors and fans all come to that event, and it's a chance to see everybody. It'll be the first time for Mark to really introduce himself to a larger community and set the tone for the future of athletics. So we also plan on making some big announcements about the pavilion and other things. So it's going to be a great event. I think we're going to have a larger student body, a student athlete presence at that event, which will be exciting to see all those kids in the room. But again, it's a great event. It supports our Student Athlete Scholarship Fund, our most vital and critical need. Those are the kind of things that we not only so that they support the day-to-day lives of our student athletes, but by funding more of our student athlete scholarships, we're able to provide more funds for recruiting, travel, sports medicine, equipment for strength and conditioning, all the different sports systems we have for our student athletes, academic advising. And when we raise the money we need for scholarships, we're able to really prioritize the other priorities of our department, which are those other things I mentioned. So this is an event that really changes, that really has a huge impact on our annual fund for the annual needs of our student athletes. And so it's a lot of fun. I encourage everybody to come and be there and enjoy themselves and hear from Mark about where we're going to be going as a department.
Okay, you've just heard from Tygue Howland talking a little bit about Wine and Roses. If you need further details on that, go to govikes.com. You can get all the information or call the athletics program, but more information will be coming out on Wine and Roses here in the very near future. So we thank Tygue for his time today. We remind you, follow Viking Athletics at govikes.com. All the live audio, video, statistics, all the stories on the teams. You can find it right there at govikes.com. Thank you for watching the Norse Code.